Good morning, good evening. Really, whatever time of day you're happen to be watching this video, I hope it's a good one. So you can see we're back in a destroyer. Been playing destroyers a lot more recently. I've actually started playing the Japanese tech tree. Yes, that's right. After playing the game for 5 years and 10,000 battles or whatever it is, I've decided that it's finally time to start give the Japanese destroyers a try. And it's nothing to do with the Japanese destroyers themselves. I love the history with Japan and their navy and World War II and everything. Their destroyers were some very lethal machines. They were ahead of their time, especially, and they were made even more dangerous by the Japanese torpedoes. So you can see right away here, we're coming into, we got long range torpedoes, and I typically, when I play an American destroyer, I may set a set of torpedoes down a channel. I like to do it on the Japanese destroyers because, man, oh man, do these things, not only do their torpedoes reach out a long ways, but they reload rather quickly. So I don't feel so bad about setting all nine of my torpedoes down individual channels to try to catch a destroyer or another ship off guard. There's nothing almost nothing I appreciate more in this game than doing that and catching an enemy destroyer, taking it right off the map right away, just catching a destroyer with one of your torpedoes because they don't see it coming. So here's an indicator here, destroyer captains. When you're heading in, notice two things I'm doing. One, I'm keeping track of the Zara, but the Zara seems to be very timid. He's not coming into the capture. We're playing a game. We've already lost a destroyer ourselves, but we're playing a game, one of these 5-on-5 destroyer matches. We've got 5 destroyers, a cruiser, and the rest are battleships on this team. And I got a cruiser here who's very timid to come into this capture. I've also got what appears to be his battleship, the Nelson, over there to the left. You'll see him in a second. He seems to have sailed away from the Zara. See, there he is. And he's going around the island over there. He's actually heading into that channel. Spoiler alert, that's going to be big. So this tells me, this and the fact that I stayed out of the capture initially, I usually do that to use the capture as an indicator that I've got a destroyer ahead of me. I can't see them because, like me, most destroyers have very small detection range, but I can kind of increase my detection range by staying out of the capture myself and seeing if he starts the capture. Just because he starts to capture an area doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. If you're tipping somebody off by when you go into a capture and you're doing this. So I started the capture here on sea. I'm leaving it because, one, I see juicy targets, and two, we have a battleship in there. It's going to take him forever to get through there anyways. So I figured I'd give it a shot and try to capture it myself. You saw there, I sized up the Nelson, and the Nelson didn't seem like he was slowing down. He's going to come right up into that channel. So we laid out all 9 of our long lance torpedoes, and that's going to prove beneficial for us and detrimental to him. Let me put it to you that way. So, see, their destroyer, my sister ship over here, obviously sees those torpedoes. He goes right around them, right? And I think the Nelson just tries to correct, and he corrects too late, and down he goes, dev strike. So somebody's obviously launched torpedoes at us, whether it's at Zara or somebody else on widespread. So we kept our awareness about us, and we also can see, speaking of awareness, that we've got a bunch of our destroyers and other ships over here all clumped together, and they're taking on one Benson. Why don't we find something else better for them to do and just take the Benson out ourselves? I swear to God, that's why I do that. I mean, yes, I yoink the kill, and I get the kill, and they don't get the kill. But that's not why I did it. It's because, guys, you got target fixation. Go find something else to shoot at. So now the Connecticut is, I think he's feeling a little desperate, and we also have that Akatsuki over here, the enemy destroyer, and we're going to go within detection range, and we're going to take a nice big shot at him, 2,200, almost 2,300. We're going to slow down, classic trick, and both him and the Connecticut are going to miss. We got 9 torpedoes heading towards the Connecticut. They're starting to find the range now, but right here, I'm loaded. Why am I not firing? It's because I've got no less than 3 ships shooting at me.
All stations.
If I fire,
Awaiting
yep, I
precision
might
of a
get closer to
strategic
taking that
target.
Akatsuki out, and maybe I do take him out. But I think with a battleship, a cruiser, and a destroyer all within 10 kilometers of me, I think the chances of me surviving this encounter are slim to none if I keep shooting. So you can see here, I'm kind of focused on the Connecticut, keeping track
All
of him.
stations.
I'm also
Reporting
looking at this
position of a
guy. I'm keeping
strategic
him
target.
spotted. The enemy destroyer. Things are rather even right now. We're down 4 ships, and so are they. We're capturing C. We circled back around because the battleship didn't get it done. So we're laying out our torpedoes now. Another salvo for the Connecticut. We're keeping track of
Engine
this guy,
boost activated.
and much like the Benson before, I think I can take that in one salvo. Done. So the Connecticut now, he sees us because we're spotted because we fired, and you can see where his triangle is. Like that's where he's going to be in theory, but you can see it's moving. See how it's moving to the right? And now we're going to lay another set of torpedoes out because we're going to assume that he's going to cut back one way. We hit him with another torpedo, but look at this salvo. 2 more hits and flooding, and within seconds, floods are gone. There's our 3rd kill. So now we get a choice, and our choice is, do we head back and try to go over to A, but we got to cut through an area we already captured. We've got 2 destroyers and a battleship, and they've got a destroyer and a cruiser, and we know where the cruiser is. We know where our target is. So we've already got 2 captures, and we're up by almost 200 points. They are capturing A, so we now know where that other destroyer is. So to me, the smart play here is to go after the cruiser and try to take this cruiser out. And more importantly, try to defend this capture that we worked so hard for. It'd be a shame to lose it to this cruiser. He was very timid at the beginning of the battle. So now he's trying to make a play, a little too late in my opinion, but he's trying to make a play, so let's stop him from making that play. So let's leave the capture. We're going to try to flank around him and try to keep him within range of our torpedoes. The farther away you are, the easier they are for him to dodge. The torpedoes spread out when you shoot them, but it also gives him more time. In theory, it gives him more time to react, and gives you, your firing solution isn't as good because he's taking fire, so he's constantly changing course. He's taking fire from that other destroyer. He's got semi-armor piercing though, which doesn't do well for a destroyer, and that Hughes just found out the hard way. So we're trying to guess as to not where he is right now, but see, again, we're keeping track of that triangle. Is he turning that triangle, that targeting thing, that firing solution is going to change depending on how he's maneuvering. We almost lost it there, but we're trying to keep him. We have very small detection range. We're trying to keep him outside of that very small detection range. The smaller your detection range, the closer you can get when you launch your torpedoes, the better chance you have of a hit. So you can see we're going to start pecking away at him here. He's come into the capture now. He's capturing C. So this is really, right now, we're down to 2 and 2. We're still up by 200 points, but if they capture this, there's plenty of time left. There's 6+ minutes left. We can lose this battle. And I would hate to do that with almost 100k damage and 4 kills. So we haven't hit him with any of our torpedo salvos yet. You can see we're not laying them generally all out at once. We're trying to space them out because we're always going to have torpedoes. See, I just launched those, and boom, down in the bottom right-hand corner. And now I got another set ready. We caught him with one, and he's flooding. He put the flood out. He put the flood out. He stopped the flooding. Yeah, that's the way you should say that. Good job, Brendan. So you can see he's turning back in now. Range is closing a little bit. It's 5.2, 5.1. I think we're going to get down to, nope, we opened it up the range again. He sees these torpedoes a little too late, and this last one is going to catch him in the stern. Yep. We defended the capture. He hasn't captured yet. At this point, we know that last set of torpedoes we launched aren't going to do anything, and we also know that he put out a flood. God, I did it again. He stopped a flood. So if we can light him on fire, which we just did, he's not going to be able to put that fire out. And we can see he's burning. Look at our score going up. Look at our score going up. He didn't have much health, so he's got to be on death's door. And here we go.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Right. There she goes, just as we come out of the smoke.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
So we essentially have, well, not essentially, we have. Oh, keep your eyes open for that torpedo salvo from the grave. So you can see now, we're going to speed up the video. I wish I could tell you that we get 6 kills here, but we got a choice to make. We've got 5 kills. We've captured C and B. We are well ahead on points. We are 400, 350 points ahead here, and our lead is increasing because we have 2 captures. But we also have a teammate, the Colorado over here, who's obviously, if you look at the A capture, contested. So that means in that red circle down there, somewhere down there, he's fighting a destroyer by himself. And we are not going to hang this guy out to dry. Look, the smart play here would be to run away because we've got the points lead. There's no way that they can catch us with 3 minutes left. It's almost impossible. He'd have to kill him and me. And it doesn't seem like he's the greatest at launching torpedoes on a slow, standard American battleship. I'm going to sit here and tell you that I'm coming down here because I'm not going to leave my teammate out to dry. It definitely is not entirely about the fact that I want that 6th kill. All right, maybe it is a little bit about that. But no, I'm not going to hang my teammate out to dry. And if I can get 6 kills while helping him out, then there you go. So he got caught by another torpedo. He still has half his health. It doesn't appear that he's flooding. And we're going to try to come in here and guess based on where we see those torpedoes being launched as to where that enemy DD is. So he's down here. I thought about for a minute going behind the island and just finishing the capture. Their destroyer obviously left the capture, which allowed us to start taking it. He is now spotted. I think he realizes how desperate his situation is, and the battle is over unless he pulls out a miracle. So not sure of the tactic here. I just as soon turn my ship straight towards us and go out in a blaze of glory. But apparently, this guy is worried about losing his imaginary life on his imaginary ship. Here's an example of some poor shooting on my behalf because I miss short, and then I miss short again. And in typical Brendan fashion, I then compensate, and I'm able to get my last little bit of damage, 129, 572. We laid out torpedoes instead in case he did make that turn, but let's see what we got for final results here. Kraken Unleashed. Team result, 3,500 XP, 5 kills. So we killed over half the enemy team and 129,000 damage. I hope you enjoyed the battle, and we'll see you in the next one.